Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today we're going to make a card for my son's birthday, and he's really gotten into woodworking and tools lately, so I thought I would do kind of a tool-themed card. So the first thing we're going to do is take a piece of heavyweight cardstock. This is an 8.5 by 11 cardstock, and I cut it to 7 inches by 11 inches. So save this strip. We're going to use that for stamping, but what we're going to do is we are going to make a card that has a pocket to hold some money or a check or a gift certificate or whatever you want to give that way. So what I'm going to do is score this at 5, and I'm going to score this. I like to score it twice when I'm doing the heavyweight stuff, and then I'm going to score it at 10, and it's just going to give us a little bit of a lip at the edge to hold something in place if we want to. And then I'm just going to fold this and score it so I have a really nice crisp fold. I think I've got a little ink on my hands already, so I just want to make sure that I don't get that on the cardstock. And then I'm just going to fold this part in, and that will just be a little pocket on the inside of the card. We'll seal that down. And I thought to decorate that little pocket, I would use this rubber stamp, and it's got like a measuring tape on it. And I'm just going to grab a piece of scrap paper so that I don't get ink anywhere else, because I think this is just right. But chances are I'm going to go off the rails a little bit with it. So I just have my newsprint pad, and I get these at the dollar store. They come in, like, I don't know, pads are 50 or 75 or whatever. They're kids' art pads, and they're really good for that. I'm going to use a nice rich brown color. This is Pine Cone VersaFine Clair, and I'm using this just because it gives me a really good impression, and sometimes with the rolling stamps, it's just can be a little bit difficult to get that really perfect impression. So I'm making sure I have it inked up really well. Probably going a little overboard. I've got it nice and inky. Then I'm going to get a thick ruler, and I'm just going to set that about 1/8 of an inch to the left of my score line, and then I'm just going to roll up against it. There we go. I guess I could have had it even a little bit closer to the edge, but that's going to look good. And that will just fold in like that and look kind of cool, I think, anyway. So I'm going to set this aside so it can fully dry before we do any gluing. And I am going to grab this strip here and do some stamping on this. So this stamp set, and you know, I'm a big fan of just using what I like. This stamp set is by Technique Tuesday. Yeah, Technique Tuesday. That store went out of business recently, but I really like their stamps. I don't have too many sets because, you know, you never like everything that a company comes out with, but I did like quite a few of theirs, and I'm going to get some stamp blocks. I think I'll want to clear emboss these over the ink just for a little bit of a three-dimensional effect, so I'm going to wipe my cardstock down with some embossing powder. This is just cornstarch that I sewed into a little pouch. It works really good for that. Now I'm going to grab the stamps that I think I will do all in gray and just do those first. You could do silver too. I'm doing a solid color. I'm hoping this is going to be dark enough. Maybe I'll do a little bit of black on there too, just for some shading, because I want to run these in my scan and cut. And I gotta make sure I have a nice impression if I'm going to do that. Oh, that's a really nice impression. So I'm doing the light gray first, and then kind of hitting the edge. For this one I want to have some blue at the top because it's a screwdriver. I want to cut these out with my scan and cut because I get a much better result than trying to do it by hand. I'm not very good at that. Now let's see. That's one gray. So I'm doing like the wrenching gray. I know this is just chaotic. This is just how I craft, guys. I know some people are so... you can even hit it with some brown if you want it to be rusty tools. Some people are so organized and so tidy. I am not. We'll just do that one with gray and see how... Actually, it looks like it might be black. Well, we'll see, won't we? I'll probably cut these without a border because I don't think I'll have enough room for a border on these. The tape measure. I think I'll do silver on the tape part and do red on the Oh, I should have stamped the red first. I won't have to worry about getting any on the pad. Oh well. Kind of want to put a little bit of black around the edges too. Alright, let's see how that looks. The newsprint really helps you get a good impression. Oh, it almost looks like it says Milwaukee. That's his favorite brand. For these pliers, I'm going to do red on the handle. And then silver at the top. Like they've been dipped in that plasticky stuff. I don't know if I'll use all these, but I figured I might as well just get them all stamped out. Oh shoot, I'm running out of space. I really want to have a hammer on there. Oh, I'm going to have to get another piece of cardstock, I think. So I haven't done the hammer yet. And I think that's it. Oh shoot, that's alright. I know I have a scrap somewhere. Let's try and see if the embossing works good on this. I'm just going to go ahead and tear this off. I hope it comes out well. This is just some detail clear embossing powder. And then you just dump the excess back in the jar. Alright, so all I have to do is heat this up with a heat gun, and then I'll cut it out with my scanning cut. If you're using one of these heat-it tools from Ranger, they're now black, so they don't show up smudges. They take a little bit longer than with the higher power heat gun, so I'm going to do this off camera because it would be pretty boring, but I'll see you in a minute. I'm going to use this Happy Birthday stamp. I really like it. It's an older one from Stampin' Up, but it just it looks really, I don't know, vintage, and I feel like it goes with a lot of different themes, and I'll probably just use a metal die I have to cut around it. But I had to grab another piece of cardstock that I had kicking around to get that hammer in, and I decided to do another screwdriver just with a different color handle just to bring a little color into the card. Then I'm just going to emboss these and cut all of those things out just like I did before. And this is what these look like embossed. They just have a little bit of a shine to them. I don't know if that will show up on camera, but I think they'll look great when they're cut out. The next thing we're going to do is make a pegboard for our tools to go on. And so I have this dotted embossing folder here. And so what I'm going to do is ink up the raised edge with a brayer and an ink pad, and then emboss this cardstock that's craft color so it will look like it's a pegboard, like there are holes. If you don't want to get your embossing folder dirty, you could just ink up the cardstock after, but I think this is going to give us a more realistic look because it will look like the holes are impressed. So just load up your ink pad with a brayer, load up your brayer with some ink, and I would do it this way rather than rubbing the ink pad on your embossing folder, because if you rub the ink pad on your embossing folder, you will probably get ink where you don't want it. I think I'm going to be getting some ink where I don't want it too, so you know, this probably wasn't even worth the effort. Oh well, it'll look distressed, I guess. Oh, that's a bummer. I thought that was going to keep me from getting that everywhere else. Oh well. That's a bummer. I could just rub the ink pad on it and not have to clean a brayer too. Oh well. Well, let's see how it is. We can always use an ink pad on the other side if we need to, I suppose. So I'm going to put this through my die cut machine, and I'll be right back. Well, this is disappointing because yes, all that ink transferred on the background as well, and it didn't even really give me that great of a look, so I'm bummed about that. But not to be dissuaded, I'm going to try going over the raised side with my brayer since it's still already dirty. Maybe I can get a good effect this way. Wish me luck. No, it looks like crap. I don't like this. All right, let's see what would happen if I just did the ink pad over it. Maybe this will be fine. You know what? I think I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this. My son is 20. I bet he does not care if it's perfect. You know, that looks alright. I think that's alright. I have to clean a brayer. I'm not happy about that because the juice was not worth the squeeze with this technique, but it'll be fine. I don't know, maybe, see, there was potential there. I kind of want to try it again. I'm going to try it again. You know what? I'm going to try it again because I do like that I have this for a backup. I'm going to try it again. All right, so let's clean this off and see if we can do a little bit better. Let's see, maybe the brayer is the problem. Let's try, I can't imagine I can wipe ink over this any more neatly than I did with a brayer, but I'm going to try it. You know what? I think I'm doing a better job with the ink pad. Oh, I dirtied that brayer for nothing. That makes me mad. Just very light, gentle, gentle touch. Okay. I think this is going to work. This is going to work, I'm pretty sure. Yep, look at that. Okay, I need to go cut another piece of cardstock, and I'll be right back after I've run that through the machine. All right, let's take a look. Oh yeah, this worked so much better. Oh, that's the look I wanted. It's got to get that little indented pegboardy look. That's what I wanted. Okay, I'm gonna kind of hit the edges with the ink pad too, just to give it a little bit of a frame and a little bit of a weathered effect. This is much better. Why didn't I just do the simple thing? See, you know what? The simplest idea is usually the best. And I thought, oh no, I'm gonna get fancy. And now I've got to clean this darn thing off. What a drag, man. This is no way to fly. I'm gonna have to go take it upstairs and rinse it under the sink. Anyway, I'm just gonna set this out of sight. Hopefully I remember it. And let's start putting our card together. So I've got all of my little pieces here, and they cut perfectly on the first try. I was so happy because sometimes you have to scan things a few times, but I have found, oh, I hope it cut all the way through. I forgot this is thicker cardstock. Oh no. Did you not cut all the way through? Oh shoot. You know what? This is the thicker cardstock. I might have to coax it out of there. There, see? I think I might have to bend it a few times and get all these pieces out. I might even have to go in with my scissors and break it free a little bit. I forgot to increase my blade depth because this is the 110 cardstock and I usually cut 80-pound cardstock, so that's usually what I stamp on. So I'll be back after I've got these all out. Oh, right. Actually, when I had to grab the extra piece of cardstock to stamp on, it was a thinner cardstock and it cut like butter. These I was able just to pop out of the paper, kind of like when you buy a die cut and then you got to pop it out of the thing. So it wasn't the end of the world, but I was just kind of mad at myself because it's like, check your blade depth, Lindsay. That is like totally rookie crafting mistake, you know. I'm not sure if I like that. I think that looks a little, I don't know. I don't like the way that looks. So I'm not sure about that. I might just put that aside for right now. Just trying to figure out how I would hang these different tools. You know, this doesn't have the wow factor that I thought it was going to when I first set out to do this project. I think I might have to go back to the drawing board and try to find something a little bit more interesting. I'm going to glue these down, and then I'm going to use some small brads to make them look like they're on pegs. And then I'm going to build this up with foam tape, I think. So the reason I want to glue them down first is so that they don't move too much. I'm not going to use too much glue, just enough to tack it down. And I just kind of, I don't know, I'm just going to try to like place them fairly evenly around. Maybe I'll find a little happy birthday to stick there or something. I think I'll put this on the inside of the card. Yeah, I'm really struggling with the design on this one. All right, I kind of came up with an alternative idea for the sentiment. I've got the sending you birthday wishes kind of postmark stamp, and then I die cut some gears because I thought that would be kind of with the theme. And also, that way I could use some of this negative space, kind of keep with the kind of building aesthetic here, and kind of go from there, I guess. I didn't get a perfect cut there, so I'm going to cover that up with my sentiment there. I'm just kind of piecing things out, figuring out where I want everything to go. All right, I think that little collage looks good. Maybe I'll even do a little Let it kind of sprawl over here a little bit. Fill the empty space. I like that. So what I'm going to do now is glue these down. And yeah, I'll do that. You don't need to see that. That's pretty boring. All right, I am going to poke some holes to put some brads in. And I'm just using my kind of Dollar Tree paper piercer here. I'm just poking like where I think I would put pegs. And I'm not going to do them everywhere, but I do want to put them on some of these guys. I think I'll put some on these little gears as well. And I might use mixed metals because I've got you know, several different colors of metals here. I think they might just look kind of cool if I do mixed metals. And then I'm going to do some brads in the corner, but I want to go in a little bit on that because they're kind of screw top brads. I think they're decorative. I think they'll look good to be almost framing the piece. So I'm not going to worry about them being right in a peg hole, honestly. All right, so my brads are here, and I have a variety of metal ones. I'm just going to dump them out right there. And I was thinking of using the silver ones as my faux pegs. Use the end of this tool. I think I'm going to bleed. Oh, see, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into cards for my kids. Literally. My kids won't clone me, though. I don't have to worry about that. One's enough, I'm sure they say. Oh boy, look at that. I am going to bleed. Jeez Louise. Those little backs of the brads are pretty sharp. Actually, no, they're pretty blunt, which makes them more dangerous. Don't they say you can get hurt more on a blunt knife than a sharp one? So anyway, I don't know if anyone's going to attempt a card like this, but hey, it gives you some ideas, and you know, it might make you think of something you have in a new way, even if you don't want to attempt this ill-advised card. I think it's going to be cute, actually. I need a band-aid though, man. Use my glue paper towel. Oh, maybe the glue will seal it up. Okay, that's all I want for those. Now I want to do some different colors, I think. Oh, I like that. I like the way that looks. Maybe I could push a bunch through. And then flip it all over at once, and hopefully they don't all fall out, and I can do it that way. Oh, I don't have any more copper ones. I like that copper color, though. That was pretty. And I need one more. We'll do another silver, because I've got silver everywhere else. Oh, come on. I don't want to bleed on the card. Let me, I know it's going to be fun to pick up later, isn't it? That's why I spend so much more time cleaning up than actually making a card. Cleaning up and setting up. That's why I usually do a batch when I'm going to do cards, but I just want to make one card for my son's birthday. Although this would make a really good Father's Day card. Or Mother's Day card, hey. My mom knows how to wield a drill. Okay, so now I think that looks pretty cute. Yeah, this is working. That works quite a bit, I think. Oh, I didn't even intend that gear to be over that little sentiment, but I like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is put some foam on the back here. And I'm going to do this because I don't want it to get dented when I glue it. I'm going to put that on in an envelope, and I want to have a little bit of dimension, I guess is what I mean. I don't want it to get crushed with like using the foam squares. You know, I don't want to get crushed. I usually don't use fun foam for this because, you know, if the card gets thrown away, then it's, you know, it's foam in the trash. It's not the best thing, but I have so much of it too. I have so much of it left over from different projects, so I might as well use it, I suppose. And who knows, maybe my son won't throw away his card. My sister doesn't throw away cards that I make for her or my nephew. even though I usually tape in the sentiment so they can be reused. Oh, should edit this part out, I suppose. Will I? We'll see. Will I remember? Oh, I've got blood on the card. He won't know what's on the back. It's sandwiched between foam. My DNA will be protected for like 1,000 years in a landfill because of that fun foam, and then some diabolical scientist will clone me, Jurassic Park style. What kind of sad amusement park would that be? Be Craftassic Park. Craftacular Park. I don't know. Don't get any ideas, mad scientists. I do not consent. Alright. Let's trim that off. Yeah, and I'm using up scraps too. These aren't even like full sheets that I was using, so that's gonna be fine. All right, that looks pretty good. So I waited to do the screw head ones because I wanted those to also go through the foam. I also have these ones that are kind of like rivets, so I could use either of those. I would need my crocodile to punch through that if I use those, or I can use little screw head brads. I think I like the screw head brads. If you're trying to buy these, they can be hard to find. I bought mine from Paper Wishes, and then I've actually also got some from the Tim Holtz brand, but on Paper Wishes, they were sold as plus and minus brads. Isn't that funny? Because like the screw head, I don't know why they did that. Maybe because like the word screw in a description of a product made it go X-rated or something. I don't know, but they call it plus and minus brads. I always thought that was funny. I might need to poke a bigger hole. Oh no, that's gonna work out all right. You can mix them. I decided to use all flathead screws. But these are ones that I like. Joann's has had them too. So I've actually bought this a few different times because I really I love these on Father's Day cards and stuff. But I bought them from the Joann. I think the first ones I got might have been the Joann Craft Essentials brand. I don't think they make them anymore. Then I got some from Paper Wishes, and then I think I got the Tim Holtz ones. So, I mean, these are a staple. I don't know if I'll buy any more after this package is done, though, because I don't know. I don't know if cards are going to be a long-time hobby of mine. They've been a long-time hobby thus far, but who can say? Now, I really got to make sure I don't bleed on this nice cream-colored card base. I probably should have made that bigger, but that's how much you had left over. I could have done it the other way and had, like, this part fold up, but I used that for stamping, so I don't know. All right, let's adhere down that little pocket just on the edges, so we can put a little gift certificate, tuck a little gift certificate or some cash or something in there. The gift that always fits. And I'm telling you what, for Christmas, I'm doing a lot of, I'm going to do a lot of cash gifts just because, like, you don't know what stores are going to stay in business, and that way they can use it wherever they want. You know, nobody wants to waste money in this economy for sure. You want to make sure that it's something people can use, and people can use cash. All right. And handmade ceramics. And I'm just going to put that on there. I know it's maybe a little bit anticlimactic. That's messy, but it doesn't matter. So you could paper piece this on the back. Nobody's going to see it. You could also use like corrugated cardboard. You could save corrugated. Actually, corrugated cardboard would work really well because it's already brown. You know, anything like that. I already had this, so this is also really light if you have to mail it. I hopefully will see my son on his birthday. We got presents as well. But we actually found some things that he would like to unwrap, which is nice because it's hard to find presents the older they get. Oh, is this gonna want to stick? Oh, I probably should have voiced this over. Come on, you. There you go. I don't like voicing over in general. I prefer to narrate it live. Goodness gracious. Tape does not like to stick to foam. Fun fact. This is the generic score tape. This is, I think, from Craft Chameleon. There's different brands that make it. I've only used the Craft Chameleon brand. I like score tape too, but I had this from a job I did from them once. Alright, I gotta put my head over top to line this up, so you're gonna see my unstyled, freshly dyed hair that's gonna need another process to get to the shade of red that I want for the winter. But there you go. Alright. There. You know what? That's nice. And I like having that that pocket on the back side, it helps weight it down. I like that. All right, it's good. I'm trying not to bleed on. Try not to bleed on it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Hope you have some similar products that you can dig out of your stash and make this card with. And I don't know. Actually, I think it came out pretty cute. I was feeling a little bit iffy there for a while, but yeah, I think it works. I think my son will like it just fine. Honestly, he's not that picky, so he probably will love it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye.